Hello everybody, this is going to be a quick tutorial on how to clean your MagnaTraction car. This would also work on, say, an X-Traction Auto World type car. Basically it's a car with top gears, pancake armature in it, and here on the MagnaTraction you got the magnets sticking out through the bottom to help with the traction a bit. This is going to be a quick cleaning and maintenance lesson, so it should just take a few minutes. The tools you're going to need, obviously the car, you're going to need a com cleaner. This is made by VRP. You can get them from various guys, or you can even make your own. Basically, it's just a thimble type of thing with a flat face on it, with a piece of fine sandpaper stuck to the end with a hole in the middle. So I think it's 800 grit. You're going to need a couple of Q-tips. You're going to need a toothpick, a fine tweezer, a regular screwdriver, a piece of paper, a little bit of oil when you put it back together, and some electronics cleaner, or well, any kind of cleaner. And you could even skip this step, but I like this stuff that dries. It cleans real well. It dries real fast. If you don't have any of that, you can always use the denatured alcohol, or like I said, you can even do this dry, but it cleans better if you use some kind of solvent that will evaporate quickly. Okay, so let's get right to it. I've got the screwdriver here. I'm just going to quickly and easily pry off that top plate clamp and set it aside. That's really all you got to do with the screwdriver, pretty much. And we're going to hold down the two magnets here with fingers and just lift the top plate right off. And then let's pull the gear. Now the gear is here where there's like a number on the top and there's a recess on the bottom, so that it always goes that way. Don't put it on upside down, it won't run as good. So that's the way they go. We'll set that down. And here's the top plate, so you can see the armature here has got a little bit of wear and dirt pattern. I don't know how much this one ran, probably not that much, but just doing a tutorial here to clean. You see a little bit of grungy grease there. Then we got the inside of the motor. We've got the motor brushes. We'll pull them. Keep them in the same order. That's the rear one, that's the front one. And here's the motor brush springs. We're going to pull them out and have a look. These look very clean. I'm not going to do anything with the motor brush springs. We're going to just put them back in later. Then we've got the magnets. We're going to pull the magnets out. And there's some residual oil on these magnets, so I'm just going to do a little house cleaning. This is just a little piece of paper towel. Just wipe that down, get the oil off. Put that back together. Now you notice that this car had the red paint side up on the magnet and the white side down, and I did put that together for a good reason. That's how I had better traction. So we're going to leave those magnets the same way. When we put them back in, they got to go that way. Don't forget. Okay, so we're just going to get in here and clean out. There's a little residual oil here on the bottom. I'm just going to go around here with this. Look, I got some dirt out. And on the top plate, we got some kind of grungy looking, greasy dirt. I'm going to clean that up. Get in here, clean that up. See oil, just mop it up with the towel. Then on the gear, take your toothpick and just run the toothpick into the middle of the gear just very gently, just to get any residual oil out of it, because we're going to put in fresh oil. And then here in the bottom of the chassis, do the same, very gently. Just put the toothpick down in the hole right in the middle there. That's where the armature runs. And pull it out, you got a little dirt out there. Get some dirt in there. We want to start fresh when we put it back together. Okay. Then we're going to take our com truer, or com sander some people call it, and just put that right here like this. Turn a few times, apply a little bit of pressure. I like to turn the arm a couple turns as I go through, and voila, look at that, nice and clean. I've removed a little bit of the material, but it's nice and flat and clean. Now I get my Q-tip and my cleaner, and just spray a little of the cleaner on, just a little bit on there, get it nice and wet with the cleaner, and just roll this around to get the dirt and residual metal out of here. If you don't do this step, you could short the arm out because you get that residual metal in the com gaps, and that's a bad thing. And then after that, we'll do the same here. Do a quick clean of the motor brushes. Oh, wait a minute, I got ahead of myself. First, you take the paper and run your motor brushes on top of the paper to get any kind of residual dirt off of them. You see there's quite a bit of dirt came off of that one. And even oil for that one. So this one, those motor brushes were pretty dirty. Okay, so then after that, now I've already wetted this Q-tip down. I'm just going to roll around the OD of the comb brush and get the top, get the dirt off of it, any residual dirt that the paper didn't get. And same with this brush. Okay, now we're ready to put it back together. So magnets go back in the same way they came out. Pop them right back in there. Water brush springs, they go right back in the same way they came out. That's the rear one. This is the front one. Sometimes they fight you a little. Usually when you're doing a video. Okay. Then the motor brushes go in. Very easy. They just float right on top of the springs. Like so. Get a little oil. I'm using Habby's Free Jet, but there's lots of different kind of oils out there. I like the Free Jet. It's good stuff. You can get that online. And oil in here. Put plenty of oil under that front gear. You put some oil down here in this rivet to lubricate the rear gear. You can even put a little oil under the gear here to get some under on the bottom side of that gear. And then you're ready to put the top plate back on. Now you're just going to take and finger right on top of the gear, and you're going to push straight down. It kind of clips right in. Now the front clips are not in yet, so the next step is to push to the side, get that front clip in over here. So that one's in, this one's not. Push the other way. Now all the clips are in. It went together real easy. That's the easiest way to put it back together. A little bit of oil, actually a lot of oil. You want to oil this very liberally right here on top of that post. And just drop the idler gear right back on. Same way it came off. And then put a little more oil on top. And go find your top clamp. And gently put it right back on. And there you go. That's the top of the car. So here now on the underneath, that's oil. Put a little oil on each side of the axle. Make sure that's oiled well. Inside the gear here, a little bit's good. Front axle. Make sure that's moving good. And then the last thing you want to do, and not much oil here, don't over oil this hole. Right there. That's the armature shaft. If you get too much oil in there, it splatters all over the comb brushes, and then you got a gunky mess. The car will not run properly. So anyway, that's basically it. That's a quick tutorial. Hope you found it informative.